What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and huge news coming out as we're hearing that President Joe Biden has changed his mind, and he is now considering executive orders and executive actions for provisions that members of Congress can't agree upon for legislation and just passing stimulus provisions through executive orders. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, for those of you that have been following me here on the channel, I let you know that Congress is back in session and they're planning on hitting the ground running because Democrats, who are in full control of Congress, want to stay in control, and they're trying to get legislation ready to pass through to remind voters to keep them in power. And take a look, you guys. Here's one of the ones that I just reported to you. Progressives seize on quarterly oil profits to call for windfall tax. They're saying oil companies taking advantage in price gouging at this time with everything going on, and they're saying oil prices are coming down but gas prices are staying the same, and those companies are taking those profits, and progressives are saying tax them. Take the money back and send it out to the American people in the form of gas stimulus checks. And this is one of many provisions currently being negotiated and on the table. Gas stimulus checks, also child tax credits, an assortment of different things. And you guys take a look. Democrats unveiled a bill to tax big oil's profits and send out checks to the public. Now, I will keep you up to date on this. This is one of many that's currently in negotiations. As also, I reported to you this morning, take a look at this new Democratic strategy. Pelosi endorses a strategy to combine Ukrainian aid, which has bipartisan support, for $33 billion, and also pandemic assistance of $10 billion, which we had heard they thought had bipartisan support, but when it came to the table, it did not. And so they're strategizing on how they're going to be able to pass more provisions and send out more spending, more assistance. Now, in addition to that, if they are unable to come to an agreement on legislation, then we'll see if Democrats can unify and pass it through the process of reconciliation. But if they can't do that, progressives have been calling on President Joe Biden for quite some time now to step up and do executive orders and just pass things through. And we're hearing he has changed his mind and decided that that might be a good idea. As take a look at what came out over the weekend, you guys. Biden considering student loan forgiveness of at least $10,000 per borrower through executive action. And take a look, you guys. President Biden changing his mind on student loan forgiveness is a tremendous victory, says Representative Presley. They have got him on board, and he is taking into consideration doing these executive actions and orders. And we had heard him say he wanted legislation, bipartisan support. Progressives said, no, we have a laundry list of executive orders you need to do. And now it looks like he is on board. And take a look at this. White House is considering excluding high earners and those who study professional degrees such as law and medicine from the student loan relief, as they are actually taking into consideration income eligibility requirements to receive what could be an executive order on the way. So they are prepping for this, you guys. Now, in addition to that, we had the White House Correspondents dinner that just took place. I've got the video footage so you can see it for yourself. Let me know your thoughts. But you guys, let's get you caught up on the latest as Congress is working away to get done with more legislation and possibly executive actions here very soon. Now, also wanted to mention the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. If you're interested in learning about growing wealth and personal finance, consider joining. I will pin a comment down below. Click the link, go subscribe, and keep an eye out for more content, as I also had a highly requested video I just uploaded, and that is, what are the top cryptos to invest in right now in 2022? When are they going to be going up in value, and how high are predictions for those cryptos? Well, I cover all the details for you in the most recent video. For those of you interested in investing in crypto, check out the videos on that channel. More content on the way. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into the latest on economic news. And before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the content, don't forget, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Love hearing your thoughts. Share this out if you think it could help out others. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free. Come join the Ram fam. Why not? All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on, and I know there's a lot. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. Just hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so we're hearing that President Joe Biden is taking into consideration executive orders and actions to wipe out student loan debt, and we're hearing this could be the first of many. Now, take a look at this article, you guys. President Joe Biden recently said that he's considering some level of broad-based student loan forgiveness in the coming weeks, and one Democrat who has repeatedly pushed for cancellation says that's major progress. All we know is that the president has expressed an openness to cancel some debt. That in and of itself is a tremendous victory, says Congresswoman Presley. Any relief that we can provide people in the midst of this unprecedented economic hardship as we begin to round the corner and head into recovery from this pandemic-induced recession would make a difference. Now, jumping to Business Insider, President Joe Biden is mulling over forgiveness of a minimum of $10,000 in student loan debt per borrower via executive action. A sweeping debt forgiveness effort by Biden would represent a massive turnaround from the decidedly cautious approach that he has taken on the issue since entering the White House last year. Now, jumping down, per Bloomberg, nothing concrete has been finalized yet, but any cancellation plan that emerges is likely to be oriented toward lower income and middle class Americans per individual's knowledge of the talks. Now, Biden recently laid out some of the conditions for any potential plan, reiterating his opposition to eliminating around $50,000 in student loan debt per borrower, a long-standing wish list from lawmakers including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, AOC, and Congresswoman Presley. Now, the president said, "I am considering dealing with some student debt reduction." Biden remarked at the White House on Thursday, "I am not considering $50,000 in debt reduction, but I am in the process of taking a hard look at whether we will have additional debt forgiveness. I'll have an answer for that in the next couple of weeks." And I shared with you in my previous video, we heard from Pramila Jayapal, who is pushing for $49,999. She said they're likely going to be meeting somewhere in the middle of $10,000 and $50,000, pushing to get President Joe Biden to do executive orders for debt forgiveness. Now, here's some of the requirements that we had heard of. The Washington Post recently reported that the administration was floating a plan to exclude higher income earners from any debt cancellation framework that might be crafted by the administration, with senior aides mulling over limiting relief to individuals, borrowers who made less than $125,000 or $150,000 last year, while setting a limit of $250,000 to $300,000 for joint filers. So that is the income eligibility limits that we're hearing at this time. Now, if Biden wiped out $10,000 of student loan debt for each borrower, that total would amount to roughly $245 billion, according to nonprofit committees for a responsible federal budget. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Should the president do this? Should he wipe out $10,000, $50,000, not do it at all? Should he wipe out all student loan debt? Or should he do other provisions like gas stimulus checks, a fourth $2,000 check? What about child tax credits? There's an assortment of different provisions that people have been requesting for quite some time. Do you think he should do those instead? Will that help him out with the midterm elections? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But what we're hearing is, due to the lack of ability to pass through legislation in Congress, executive orders are being taken into consideration right now, and I will keep you up to date on that. Now, in addition to that, we just saw over the weekend the White House Correspondents' dinner, and there is a lot of poking of fun and jest and jokes, so just be prepared. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Take a look at the highlight reel of what unfolded at the dinner.
I'm really excited to be here tonight with the only group of Americans with a lower approval rating than I have.
It is my great honor to be speaking tonight at the nation's most distinguished super spreader event. No, for real, people, what are we doing here? Let's be honest, what are we doing? Like, did none of you learn anything from the gridiron dinner? Nothing, huh? Like, do you read any of your own newspapers? I mean, I expect this from Sean Hannity, but the rest of you, what are you doing here?
Just imagine if my predecessor came to this dinner this year. Now that would really have been a real coup if that occurred.
I mean, Dr. Fauci dropped out. That should have been a pretty big sign. Fauci thought it was too dangerous to come tonight. Pete Davidson thinks it's okay. And we all went with Pete. Okay. Really glad you could make it tonight, Jen. It's nice that you're willing to come over here and risk getting COVID for, like, what, the 10th time now? Let me ask, how do you keep getting COVID, Jen? Like, your boss hooked us all up with free tests. Does he not have your address? What's going on there?
We're here to show the country that we're getting through this pandemic. Plus, everyone had to prove They're fully vaccinated and boosted. So if you're at home watching this and you're wondering how to do that, just contact your favorite Fox News reporter. They're all here, vaccinated and boosted, all of them.
I know everyone in this room is worried about who catches you laughing at what, but just chill, just chill. We're celebrating, we're out. You know, get comfortable. Not too comfortable, Jeffrey Toobin, not too comfortable. No, you know what? No, don't ooh him, bunch of haters. You know what? So what, Jeffrey? You made a mistake, you whipped it out in front of your coworkers. That's the first step to winning a Grammy for Comedy Album of the Year. You're halfway there, my friend. You don't let the haters stop you. We all come back from mistakes.
I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape.
You know, sir, can I just say, I think everyone will agree that it's actually nice to once again have a president who's not afraid to come to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and hear jokes about himself. I'll be honest. If you didn't come, I totally would have understood. Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything. You know, I mean, unemployment is currently at 3.6%. Think about that, people. 3.6%, 2% if you don't count the Cuomo family.
Well, Billy, you're famous for your interviewing skills. Billy, you should know what you're doing, pal. You know it well. And I think you should hope Meets the Press. Maybe they start to watch it again. I've never had to open. I'll never be invited to meet the press again. Anyway.
Fun fact, Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhart are actually dating now. Yes, yeah, and I actually think it's beautiful to see an office romance at Fox that won't end in a $20 million settlement, yeah. I'm sure wherever Roger Ailes is right now, he's looking up and smiling. Every single one of you, whether you like it or not, is a bastion of democracy. And if you ever begin to doubt your responsibilities, if you ever begin to doubt how meaningful it is, look no further than what's happening in Ukraine. Look at what's happening there. Journalists are risking and even losing their lives to show the world what's really happening.
Where the truth is buried by lies and the lies live on as truth. What's clear, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that you, the free press, matter more than you ever did in the last century. I really mean it.
So there you have it, you guys, and you saw at the end there more of a serious note and talking about the importance of being able to report everything that's going on, as in a lot of countries, they don't have that whatsoever. Now, let me know your thoughts down below, you guys, but that is the latest, and as more information comes out, we're seeing a lot happening right now with Congress now that they're back in session and we're getting closer to those midterm elections, and I will keep you up to date as more information rolls out. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you like to stay up to date, totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll keep you up to speed on everything, share with you all the articles, keep my opinions out, and just report the news. And if you got any specific questions for me that you want me to answer, hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.